This video brings an urgent message that Jesus specifically wants you to hear. He has been preparing a new place for you to live, but He's concerned you might not recognize the signs. This isn't just another prediction video. It contains a revelation about your future home that many miss every day. Jesus cares deeply about where you live and would be disappointed if you dismiss this divine relocation without understanding its importance. The message you're about to receive has been carefully arranged to reach you at this exact moment. In your housing journey, there's a divine appointment happening right now as you watch. Don't scroll away, because what you're about to learn will reveal the picture of your future home and when you'll move there. This isn't an ordinary spiritual message. It's a divine alert about a major relocation that's about to happen in your life. Jesus has been orchestrating circumstances around your housing situation with loving attention, noticing both your current struggles and your future blessings. Missing this particular revelation could mean overlooking the perfect timing for your move that's been prepared just for you. This relocation marks a limited time spiritual window that's opening in your life right now. Jesus cares so deeply about your living situation that He would be genuinely concerned if you failed to recognize this divine opportunity. That's why this message found you today. Your attention to this video isn't by chance. It's a divinely orchestrated moment designed to help you see the housing signs that have been placed directly in your path. The picture of your new home will become clear, but you might have been walking right past the clues about where you're going to live. Every prayer you've whispered about finding a better place to live has been heard. Every frustrated moment with your current living situation has been noticed. All the times you've questioned if God cared about your housing needs, yet continued to hope anyway, have been honored. Your struggles with your current home haven't gone unnoticed. Those moments when it seemed like everyone else was getting their dream homes, while you remained stuck, Jesus saw your disappointment. The times when your faith in divine provision felt weak, yet you kept believing anyway. That persistence was recognized in heaven. The courage it took to keep trusting when rent kept rising and good places seemed out of reach has been deeply valued. The housing dreams you've carried, sometimes too expensive to share with others, have all been acknowledged. Finding the right place isn't always easy, and divine housing signs aren't always obvious. Sometimes they require eyes of faith to recognize. Jesus understands this challenge, which is why He's making this particular relocation so clear you can't possibly miss it. The relocation sign Jesus wants you to recognize appears in everyday moments, but is often overlooked because it seems too ordinary to be divine communication. This sign shows up in unexpected conversations about certain neighborhoods, in real estate listings that catch your eye, or in dreams about specific types of homes. It appears in the repeated mentions of particular cities or areas, in job opportunities, in new locations, or in friends who suddenly mention places you've been thinking about. This housing sign is uniquely meaningful to your specific situation. Something Jesus has personally selected to grab your attention. It connects directly to the prayers you've been praying about housing and the living dreams you've been carrying. Jesus chose this particular sign because it speaks to your heart in a language only someone seeking a new home would fully understand. The window to recognize where you're moving won't remain open forever. When you finally see it, you'll wonder how you ever missed the picture of your future home before. Its location will resonate so deeply that you'll know it was meant specifically for you. When you recognize this relocation sign from Jesus, many confusing aspects of your current housing situation will suddenly make perfect sense. Difficult living circumstances you've endured, housing prayers that seemed unanswered, and dreams of better places will all connect in a beautiful moment of divine clarity. Jesus has wonderful news for you today. Your living situation is shifting to a higher level, and important housing transformations are happening around you now. The divine has noticed your housing needs And now you've been chosen to receive this special relocation revelation. This moment marks something significant in your living journey. It's a clear indication that your housing sensitivity is growing stronger every day. Something incredibly meaningful is unfolding in your relationship with your future home, far better than you might have imagined possible. The recognition of this relocation sign begins a housing awakening that will touch every area of your life, from your daily comfort to your relationships to your sense of divine provision and blessing. There's a wave of heavenly attention surrounding your housing situation right now. You're becoming more spiritually attuned to relocation signs naturally, drawing divine housing communication into your daily experience. Recognizing this sign Jesus is showing you brings a heightened awareness of His provision in even the smallest details of your living needs. More spiritual insights about your future home will begin flowing to you than ever before. This isn't happening by chance. It's a carefully arranged blessing designed specifically for the season of your housing journey. Your prayers for better living conditions matter more than you realize. Your housing sensitivity inspires heaven to reveal your future home. Your faith makes a difference in the provision atmosphere around you. This divine recognition shows that Jesus deeply values your housing growth and comfort. Each step you've taken in your housing search, even when the path seemed unclear, has led you exactly where you need to be for this relocation revelation. Jesus delights when you finally see the home He's been preparing for you. The timing of this relocation sign is no coincidence. It appears now because you're spiritually ready to recognize and respond to it. This precise moment has been divinely chosen because you've grown in faith and housing discernment. Your spiritual eyes are now open enough to see the home that might have been invisible to you before. Your heart has expanded through housing challenges. Your wisdom about living spaces has deepened through experience. Your soul is now prepared to receive this divine housing communication more clearly than ever before. All the housing struggles you've faced have been preparation for this revelation. Nothing in your housing journey has been wasted. Every experience has shaped your ability to recognize divine relocation signs when they appear. This particular move is connected to larger spiritual housing movements happening in the world right now. Jesus is revealing similar relocation signs to those who are spiritually alert and ready to receive better living situations. The picture of your new home is already forming in the spiritual realm. If you're feeling blessed by this divine relocation revelation, please consider sending a super thanks of $5, $10, $20, or more to support our channel's mission of sharing these important housing messages. Your generosity helps these divine insights reach those who desperately need to see the relocation signs Jesus is revealing. When you give, you participate in a sacred exchange that allows us to continue creating content that connects people with heaven's timely housing messages in these critical times. As you begin to recognize this relocation sign from Jesus, new housing awareness will naturally develop in your life. This clearer vision brings new responsibilities, not just to yourself, but to everyone God places in your path who might be missing similar housing signs. Don't view these responsibilities as burdens, but as sacred opportunities to participate in Jesus' housing work. This revelation signals it's time to step into spiritual maturity, about divine provision, and navigate this relocation chapter with heavenly wisdom and purpose. Finding balance becomes essential during this housing transition time. While celebrating this new divine housing awareness, remember to nurture your practical faith through prayer, scripture, and community. These spiritual disciplines have shaped who you are and will continue to support you as you grow into this expanded role as someone who recognizes divine housing signs. Jesus is inviting you to become more than just a receiver of housing signs, but a person who helps others see their future homes too. As you become sensitive to this divine relocation sign, Think about how you can help others who are still missing their housing revelations. Your experience shows that Jesus is constantly communicating about housing, even when we fail to notice. Heaven witnesses every moment of housing awakening, every recognition of divine moving patterns, and every choice to pay attention to relocation signals. Your story of recognizing this housing sign brings hope to people feeling stuck in bad living situations or wondering if God still provides better homes today. Your awareness becomes a light that helps others develop eyes to see what Jesus is revealing about their future living spaces. This relocation sign isn't meant to be a private blessing. It's an invitation to help others experience the same housing clarity. Jesus often works through those who have recently recognized his housing signs to help awaken others who are still missing their moving revelations. Your newfound housing awareness serves as both personal blessing and ministry opportunity to help others find their divine homes. As you navigate this new level of housing sight, stay consistently vigilant. Jesus reminds you that while recognizing one relocation sign is wonderful, it's just the beginning of a lifetime of divine housing guidance. Maintain the spiritual sensitivity that allowed you to see this moving sign in the first place. Guard against returning to spiritual dullness or distraction that made you miss important housing signs in the past. Let your relocation awareness continue to flow from genuine faith and daily attention to Jesus' presence in your housing journey. With this new ability to recognize divine moving signs comes ongoing responsibility to remain receptive and responsive. Use this gift wisely to discern true divine housing communication from false moving signals or wishful thinking. Embrace this relocation journey with both humility and confidence, showing others that recognizing Jesus' housing signs comes from staying connected to him daily through prayer, worship, scripture, and obedient action when he reveals his housing will for your life. Picture a future where you consistently recognize Jesus' housing signs all around you. Imagine divine doors opening unexpectedly to perfect homes, housing appointments arriving precisely when needed, and your understanding of heavenly housing communication expanding beyond anything you've experienced before. Jesus stands with you, encouraging you to embrace this relocation journey with complete trust. This is truly your moment to experience deeper divine connection through recognizing his housing signs. This marks the beginning of a time when your housing perception, wisdom, and heart will be more aligned with heaven than ever before. Accept this housing blessing with gratitude, and remember that you're surrounded by divine support on this relocation journey. The path ahead holds countless opportunities to experience Jesus' housing guidance through signs that will become increasingly clear to your spiritually attuned eyes. What joy awaits as you learn to read the divine language of housing provision all around you. Your new home is already prepared in the spiritual realm. If this housing message has awakened something in your spirit, please consider blessing our channel with a super thanks of $5, $10, $20, or whatever amount feels right to you. Your support creates a beautiful spiritual exchange and allows us to continue sharing these divine housing revelations with those who need them most. Your generosity helps fund our mission to help others recognize the relocation signs Jesus is revealing in these important times. If you're ready to acknowledge that you've been seeing housing signs and commit to watching for your relocation, type 888 in the comments below as your declaration of housing awareness. The journey of recognizing divine housing signs continues beyond this revelation. As you step into new relocation awareness, stay grounded in scripture and prayer that keeps your housing discernment sharp and accurate. Every housing sign you recognize could be the exact confirmation someone else has been waiting to see about their own move. Your growing housing sensitivity serves as inspiration for others wondering if Jesus still provides divine homes today. Move forward with an attentive heart, a watchful mind, and a responsive spirit ready to act when your housing revelation becomes clear. Create opportunities for others to recognize divine relocation. Signs as you enjoy the housing clarity coming your way. The spiritual language of divine provision has always been part of how Jesus communicates with those who love Him by choosing to pay attention to housing signs. You join a long tradition of faithful followers who have learned to recognize His voice in their housing needs. The picture of your new home will soon be unmistakable as divine confirmation flows to you.